Hello, my name's Brian. I just wanted to make a quick video to highlight a few features of this project I've been working on and see if it meets the needs of your family or your school. I started Acton Academy Rexburg. At Acton, we really focus on the power to choose, and there wasn't an internet filter out there that I was satisfied with that didn't teach the young people how to be in tight control and be looking for loopholes to get around the filter and get access to what they want. I really needed something that would help them make correct choices and guide them as a mentor with their web browsing, and to let them fail safely, to protect against complete dangerous content, but still give them options to make choices with accountability. And I think we've done that with this project, so let me show you some of the features. So you can get it through our actonrexburg.org/hero shield, and in there you'll see a link to the Chrome Web Store where you can download it. I'll make a video how to force install this on a whole fleet of Chromebooks if you're running a small school with the Google Education Suite, so that it has to be on all the computers. I'll also make a video how to force this filter to work on incognito tabs, or how to get this onto maybe an iPad or a mobile device. But it's really built for Chrome browsers or Chromebooks. So let me show you around some of the features, and you can decide if this meets the needs of your school. Now let's run through some of the features. So we really packed it full of features. I really added everything I thought I would need for my school. Now this doesn't replace, it doesn't replace maybe router level filtering for commercial internet filters. It doesn't it uses AI to make judgment calls, so it's not perfect, and it really doesn't replace a good mentor who can focus and oversee and watch kind of how they behave with internet, and have great conversations with the young person about how they should be using their time on a device to help their hero's journey and not hurt them or create an addiction to the screen or other dangerous content. So it's not perfect, but it really helps, and it's built to enable that kind of conversation and to provide accountability and to provide kind of a freedom within limits where they can fail safely with certain kinds of content while being totally blocked from more dangerous content. So let's dive into the features. So when you first install it from Chrome Web Store, or when you force install it through the Google admin of your Google Education Suite, you'll find it up here in the extensions. The first thing you want to do is hit the little pin button, because this icon dynamically changes when the filter is on or off, so you can tell if it's functioning and enabled. Now everything is password protected, so a learner cannot get into the settings and change them without an adult. You'll set, when you first install it, it has no password. You can continue straight into the settings, and you'll be asked to set a password when you log into it here. So you'll create a guide password, and that guide password will be used in several places to override things and to create settings and custom prompts here. But when you're first in there, you'll see your trial time remaining and how to get your license key. We do have a license key because, again, this uses AI to help make these guided judgment calls that traditional internet filters just can't do. So with that, it goes through my API server and uses, and it does cost API expenses. So we're offering this filter for as cheap as we can, and it's a lot better than a lot of other internet filters out there. But it does need a license. You can get that through my website here. You can activate the license, but you have 14 days of testing it out and getting your settings right and training it up to make sure that it meets your needs. So there's a lot of features, and I'm going to be really fast with this because I'm going to make deeper videos on all of this. You can turn your filter on and off. If a guide or an adult needs to use the computer for a while and doesn't want to keep getting bothered by the computer asking if you're getting distracted or whatever it is, they can turn it off, and it has a way to turn it back on automatically after a certain amount of time, or just turn it off. So that's their Hero Choice Mode. Hero Choice Mode is really built for Acton. It's a way to pick certain categories of content on the internet that we say are safe enough that we trust the learner to make a judgment. So, for example, here are our filter categories: sexual content, violence, social media, and distractions. Those are our categories. We decided that sexual content, the hero choice, doesn't give the young person a choice. It gets blocked because it's a lot more powerfully dangerous and addictive. So they don't get a choice with that. So we're going to let them fail safely with other content. So we do let them have a choice for violence, social media, and distractions. And I'll go in on how you can see exactly what those are going to cover, what the prompts I have sending to AI are, and how you can modify those to override anything that I've done. So you can really customize and tune this exactly to how you want it to behave for your learners. But the hero choice mode allows these other three categories to give the learner a moment to stop. It interrupts them, gives them a moment to stop and think if they should continue. So I'll show you an example of that in a second. But first, let's go over the other menu features. So you can change your password here. Import export settings. If you have a lot of students at your school and you get you work with maybe one child, your own child at the school for a while on their computer, and you build up certain web pages that your school accesses a lot that you want to always be allowed, or certain pages you want blocked, or certain custom prompts, you will be able to export a file that you can import to all of your other students' computers so that you can have all those settings the same across the board. But you can still customize this for every single learner. No internet filter should be the same for every person. We all have our own, tendencies of what we search for, what our challenges are, how old we are, how mature we are, and there's no one-size-fits-all internet filter. So this is meant to be customizable to each individual user. And again, the license keys, they are per Chrome user. So if you have multiple users on one Chromebook, they would need an activation key for each user that's logged in because the settings are per user. Now, so you can change your password. The hero choice mode also, it adds a level of accountability. So when you allow this hero choice mode on, as they are blocked with the hero's choice, and it shows them an option to say, do you want to continue into this site? Every time they say yes, it logs it. So you can view the log here and see every single website that the filter would have blocked if you had hero choice mode off, but you decided to give them the choice, and when they say yes, I need this website, I need it for my hero's journey, then it logs that, so a guide can easily go back into the list. It saves the last 4 weeks of their history there. You can always access their normal Chrome history, but it saves the last 4 weeks of their history in their hero choice log of what sites would the filter have blocked that the filter thought it should block, and yet they said they should continue. So you can go through and just click block, block, block on the ones that you think they should not have access to. So that's kind of an easy way to help you train this filter on that user. Or you can copy those URLs and save them to your allow list as well. So that's a hero choice log. And the filter strength it has a low, medium, high, and that basically low is basically G-rated, medium is PG, and high is PG-13. And the AI prompt, and when you go into here, you can customize the prompts. This is what makes this super powerful, and you can really make it behaving however you want. And I'm going to make videos on how to make good prompts in here. But you can customize how this filter reacts for websites, for YouTube videos, so video by video. For instance, I have some younger kids, ages 3 and 5, that if they are left watching a show on YouTube, they will scroll through and they'll start clicking on every show that has to do with Paw Patrol, which is fine, but sometimes I get tired of it. So I could actually add a custom instruction and say to block all videos related to Paw Patrol, and it will actually, the filter prioritizes these custom prompts over anything that I programmed into the system. So when you make these custom prompts, it listens to those first, and so any thing. If you need to block, gaming YouTube channels or anything like that, for YouTube videos, you now can filter kind of by content type, which other filters can't do. This is again sending the YouTube video title and description and channel to AI and asking it, is this appropriate based on these categories that we send it? So it makes a judgment call, which AI is really good at, and traditional computer program software that other filters run on is not good at judgment calls. It just has direct compare lists. So that makes it really powerful. YouTube search, that's different than just YouTube video. You can kind of pinpoint the intentions of what they're looking for, to block if they start looking for certain things that are very distracting, certain video games or inappropriate things. You can kind of customize those search intents and Google search. So Google search and YouTube search is different than the videos and the websites. You can tailor that so that you can see that what they're searching for actually matches the intentions of what you want them to have. So we already covered the filter categories. Again, it doesn't consider YouTube as a social media. We really want YouTube available for our learners because of how much educational content there is on YouTube. But YouTube is just not safe for them to just have free time on it. Develops really bad habits and sends them down rabbit holes that we don't want them spending, the amount of time that they do spend on it. So that's why we made sure that YouTube is available, and that it can be, you can add it to your block list. It's very easy, and it's easy to do it from the Google admin side to block URLs like that, and I can just make a video for that in the future here. But so yeah, those are our filter categories. The distractions one I leave off generally, unless I really want to pressure learners to focus on school, because the distractions one takes away things like gaming related stuff, computer games and stuff. And I want them to have some freedom for that, and allowing hero choice mode does let them choose to engage in those distractions if they have it's turned on and the hero choice mode is on. But it's pretty aggressive, and it blocks like a lot of general searches. So entertainment and gaming is kind of what that one's tailored at. And I forgot to show you. So back up here in the customize AI prompts, it has the ability to see my default prompts. So you can kind of get nerdy with your prompt engineering and see what I'm sending the AI. And if you ever have trouble, you can message me to figure out exactly, and I'll make a video soon to see exactly the logs of what the AI is receiving for every single URL that they're visiting, and to see what the AI is responding. So that is possible, but to keep this menu simple, it doesn't show in this menu. It's in the Chrome extension logs. Now we have your approved and blocked site lists. So you can see all the sites that you do. So when a site gets blocked on a user, I'll show you the block page here in a sec. When a site gets blocked to a user, and the guide enters their guide password to override that block, so it's a site that they actually need. When the guide overrides that, it goes directly into this approved sites list. So basically, you don't have to do a lot to set up beforehand, but as you're in with your child or your students or your young heroes, and they're trying to access sites and things come up, the guide can walk around and go through and override these sites, and they go automatically into the approved sites list and builds that list up based on what they actually need and what they're using. And then of course your blocked sites. So if you don't have an active license on this extension and your filter, your free trial runs out, these approved sites and blocked sites will still work, but any of the AI filtering will stop working. And a very important note is that this loads the web page first, it loads the video first, and then because it has to gather some content from that, and then it sends that to the AI. So it's not an immediate filter. They might see something on a web page for 2 to 5 seconds before it gets blocked. Now these approved sites and the blocked site, or this blocked site list, is much faster because it's not going through AI, it's just a direct block. But the AI, it actually does take a few seconds, and that's okay. It doesn't allow them enough time to go down rabbit holes. If they're searching for something that they really shouldn't, it will bother them enough to where they won't be able to continue. And it will give them it will help them develop the skill of seeing what was I looking for, how did I react when I see it, and then why did the computer choose to block this. So I don't mind the delay, but just so you know, it's not like other internet filters that have an immediate delay, an immediate block. It does have a few seconds of delay to be able to block, and you'll see that when you play with it. The guide handbook at the bottom goes into a lot of details for you that will help you in learning how this all works in detail, and I'll be adding to that. Now if we go back to Google, maybe we should show kind of the power of this real quick. So make sure you do set your password so that the learners can't just get right in there. But when you set your license key up, when you name the device, you have on my website, you'll have a dashboard that you can see all of the activated devices. So name this something so you know whose device. So if you have several students and one of them leaves your studio or your school, you'll need to be able to see which one that was, so you can deactivate that license and get it onto another student. So you can manage all that through my website. Now, all right, our filters are set. Medium is default, pretty much all of our default settings. Let me show you the power of this. So if we have just a general search of, let's say they're just trying to go to Walmart. Now, because we don't have distractions on, it should allow. And we go to just a general Walmart site, it's probably not going to block us. It allows us. But now, when we go to, we should be allowed, you can see my search history is testing this out. So when you search something like a swimsuit bikini, it got blocked directly. This is what our blocked page looks like. A guide, if a guide for some reason decides that the URL, you can see the URL they got blocked on, and if a guide decides that they need this website, they can override and type in their password, and it gets added to the allow list. But this filter, unlike other filters, this gets straight down to the judgment between what is the intentions of the one searching and to really protect them. So you can search Amazon and you can search Walmart and you can search these sites for anything, and the AI is letting you proceed until it notices, oh, he's searching Walmart now for just swimsuits, women's swimsuits. Is that a school thing, or could that potentially be dangerous? And the AI can immediately block. And other filters can't do that kind of judgment based on the search and where they are. So then you can just click go back. Now we want to hit something that will get us to hit the hero choice page, so that you can see what that looks like when they get hero choice blocked. So I'm just going to Google search Facebook, and maybe it will block that on a social media basis. So here is our hero's choice page and our little distraction monster, which is used in the Acton Academies and some other schools, the verbiage they use. So it's educating them that to pause before you proceed. Is this really something that you need for your hero's journey? Because it could be a distraction. And this is where it pretty much gives them a moment, because the internet just feeds algorithms and just feeds, and you scroll and you just get fed without having the chance to stop and choose what you're doing. And so this gives them a chance to stop and say, this is a distraction, I'm going to go back. Or they say, continue, I actually need this site. And this helps the guides. This takes a lot of the load off of the adults who are trying to police, and the filter can be kind of aggressive, and let them just start saying, yeah, actually I do need this site. It's not dangerous, I do know. So it lets them choose while educating them there. And as they get that access, it then tells them that, by the way, this is going to your hero choice log for guide review. So they do know that they're being accountable now. my choice is going to be reflected in a log, and a guide, is a trusted guide, is going to look at that and going to have a conversation with me based on my searching history. So they understand that their choice is accountable. So then they can, and it explains a little more about that. So then they can continue to the site and it shows up. So we could demonstrate a lot more, play around with it. Let me know what you think. We'll make more instruction videos, especially for school admins, how to deploy this from the Google Education Suite, and let me know what you think. We're deploying this in our school now, and we're going to test it out, and I'll try to keep up on it. Again, I'm not a software development company. I run a small school. I'm not a web developer by trade either, but I'll try to keep up on adding the features we need without getting it too complicated, and really hit the core functionality of what we need. So thank you very much.